Welcome back to Enlightened Trading. I'm your host, Conrad, and today we have another look at the crypto market. So before jumping into Bitcoin's price, make sure you like the video down below and of course you subscribe to my channel. Okay, and so after doing that, here we are. This is the daily time frame currently. And as you can see, we are still consolidating, moving sideways here. Of course, we are moving down as can be clearly seen, and we are now between these two ranges of the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement here drawn from the top of 14K down to the bottom of 3.8K. And you can see we are between these ranges of around 10,000 and 8,850. So we are still moving sideways in this range. So what is there to be expected? That is the next question. So on the daily, we can actually draw here a trend line moving down, and of course we can draw a trend line here on the bottom. So this actually would now suggest that we maybe even could draw a retracement channel here, doing it like that. So I can delete these other two lines. So a little bit down, so like that, and as you can see, we are now still in this channel. And well, this would usually suggest that after seeing a bounce on the bottom, we will now get a bounce to the top. This would at least be the usual stuff. What is actually there to warn you about is that we are now consolidating in a horizontal way here on the bottom, and this usually does not signal too much strength. And I do not like Bitcoin's consolidation at the tops, because they usually fail and see further downwards movement. As you can see, we consolidate here on the top, we consolidate here on the top, and here a little bit. So these usually do not move upwards, but of course, since this is already so drawn out, there is the possibility that actually we have now corrected through time instead of correcting through price. And what we also would indicate that this is the likely scenario is looking at the RSI. Here on the bottom, you can see the RSI in this purple range with a yellow line moving on inside it, and you can see we are here consolidating to the downside, and we are making lower lows and lower highs. And as you can see, we recently broke below this horizontal support area here on the RSI. I can draw this trend line here like that. As you can see, we recently broke below it and now retested it. So this actually could signal that we are likely for further downside. And what would also suggest that this is the scenario is that if we draw the trend line here from the bottom, and for that I would actually go to BitMax real quick. So no, doing it like that, because BitMax has very nice consecutive lining up wicks, as you can see. So on BitMax it's very clear that this line is now broken and retested currently. And what is also very clear is that we are here experiencing a bear flag. So this is a very typical scenario for a bear flag. A retest of a major trend line after breaking it to the downside usually forms into a bear flag once it breaks down lower, and this is what it did right here. But we can go to 4-hour time frame, and you can see that we have aligning higher lows and aligning higher highs in a small term uptrend. We are again consolidating here to the downside, or at least sideways, I meant to say. So yeah, from a small term time frames, there is not too much to gather regarding information, but as you can see, these line up very nicely here, these highs with this trend line. So I do think BitMax is the stuff to look out for. And as I said, since this break to the downside, I do think lower prices are rather likely currently, and we can maybe extend this and draw it like that. But of course, this would not bring us too much lower than what we are currently at. And if I now again draw this downwards channel here on Bitmax, you can see these highs also line up even nicer here on Bitmax than they do anywhere else, like that. Then maybe this is the possibility, and I go to the daily time frame actually. So maybe this is the possibility that we actually break lower once again to this range of 8,500. You can see we use this as an estimation, maybe even break a bit lower. This would not be surprising, of course, but this would actually be a very nice trading opportunity if we now break this bear flag to the downside, touch this descending channel once again here on the bottom. And what is also interesting is that this would, as you can see, align very nicely with the 200-day moving average here on the bottom, and the extension here with the 100-day moving average here also on the bottom. So this would be a perfect trading opportunity for long positions, in my opinion. And if you follow my content, you would know that I already have some positions established here in the middle 8,000 range to capitalize on any further downwards price action here on Bitcoin. So as I said, these would be my targets for this bigger descending channel to play out with another test on the bottom, and then move to the upside, which then breaks the channel to the upside, and of course the breakage of this bear flag here to the downside. So these are my current trading scenarios, and I do think this looks pretty nice from a structural and indicator trading perspective. So looking at Ethereum real quick, I mean, there is not too much to say, since of course Ethereum and Bitcoin are aligning mostly. But as you can see, we retested this horizontal resistance once again. I don't like it too much that we bounced to the resistance once again, and of course we are experiencing something similar like a bear flag here on Ethereum. Maybe I can even draw again a channel here. Yeah, I can. So here again we are experiencing a bear flag on Ethereum, actually already a third touch here on the bottom, maybe on the daily. Yes, also on the daily. So yeah, currently at least not looking too bullish. I do think this bear flag will break to the downside. If I extend this, then this would send us a bit lower, but actually very interesting, since if I drew a bigger descending channel here connecting these wicks, of course aligning with this upper trend line here, if I would connect these, then this would again bring us perfectly down to this channel here on the downside with a very nice trading opportunity. Of course, there is still a lot of support in this area, and as you can see, if I just moving a little bit down here, if I extend this Fibonacci retracement, then you can see that this is lining with the 0.618 Fibonacci retracement here, drawn from the previous move of around 290 down to, of course, the big low of 85. So this would then usually signal that this is a bigger bull flag, and we are currently experiencing a small bear flag in a big bull flag. So as I said, this would maybe sign for one more leg down to this retest of the Fibonacci retracement and of this downwards channel, which is aligning very nicely here on Bitmax at least. Okay, I do think this is a very important episode, and I hope you get something out of it. Just letting these vortexes now. Maybe even we can switch to the weekly. Okay, nothing too important here on the weekly regarding moving average. Okay. Yes, so yeah, I think that's it. A very important episode for today, and very nice trading opportunities, in my opinion, from Ethereum in the range of around 213 down to $212, and in Bitcoin from around 8,600 to $8,400. I do think there are some very nice trading opportunities to the upside, long positions. Okay, thank you for watching. And of course, make sure you check out my Instagram. All links are down in the description below. So make sure you follow me here for some fun along the way. Okay, thank you, and I'll see you guys and girls, you people, like next time. Bye.